Welcome back to the Loretta McNary Show. Our next guest is using television to do more than renovate homes. He is restoring dignity, hope, safety, and healing for families who have spent their lives serving others, from the first responders and veterans to everyday heroes who rarely hear the words, "Thank you." This powerful new series shines a national spotlight on people whose sacrifices deserve to be honored in a meaningful way. With decades of experience in television and storytelling, he has built a career creating programming that connects emotionally and leaves a lasting impact. Please welcome the host of ABC's new series, Home for Good, Art Edmonds. Hi, Art.
Hi, Loretta. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course, I'm super excited to share your amazing work with my audience. And again, I say kudos to you. The timing is so perfect for this. The timing is so perfect. Well, what was your inspiration, Art, for creating this series or hosting this series?
Well, as executive producer and host of this show, I actually spent 11 years co-hosting another program, a home renovation show on Lifetime that honored our nation's veterans. And when the opportunity arose to create this show and bring it to life on ABC's Weekend Adventure, we decided that it was time to honor not just our nation's veterans, who are super deserving, but the first responders, the community champions, the volunteers that show up every day in their communities, putting others before themselves.
I love that. And it is the numbers of homeless veterans and veterans who are not treated like heroes once they return home. It's so staggering. It literally breaks my heart when I think about it. So when I heard about this show, I was like, yes, Art and the whole team and ABC for doing this. Who better? Who better than our veterans and everyday heroes? So some of the stories are incredibly emotional. Was there a particular family or moment during filming that stayed with you personally, Art?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to not be a jaded TV host on this show. You get emotionally involved with these folks. And you mentioned homeless and veterans. We have a veteran on our show that grew up as a homeless child. He was abandoned by his parents, had to live on the streets on his own, managed to get himself right. Join the Marine Corps, serve the country, and become a successful entrepreneur in the Atlanta area, but he never forgot where he came from. So he volunteers his time to this very day with the Covenant House, helping to get at-risk kids off the streets. And we wanted to honor him. He loves to help people in the neighborhood, and his garage needed a makeover. So we built a workshop. Or maybe it's the people that suffer, a tragedy in their life, a police officer or a firefighter who have to get up every day and put a uniform on and put others ahead of themselves and forget everything that they've been through, whether it's a sick child, losing a child, your house burning down, all kinds of incredible stories of triumph over tragedy. And we do our small part by not only introducing the world to these deserving individuals, but making over a room or a space in their home that they can call brand new.
I tell you, you're just reaching deeper and deeper in my heart with this story. The more I hear, the more I love it. So, television definitely has the power to entertain, but you're using storytelling as a way to really impact and serve others. So, can you tell me why that is so important to you right now?
Well, it should be important to all of us right now. The one thing I've learned hosting this show and traveling around the country the first part of this year, shooting our season one, is that we're more alike. We're more united than they want us to believe. We are not as divided as we think that we are. Everybody wants the same thing. They want a nice place to live. They want a safe place for their family. Our sponsor, Kidda Fire Protection, came on to make these homes that we're renovating in these spaces safe from fire, smoke, and carbon monoxide. So we're educating our viewers. we're giving folks the platform to show the work that they do. In many cases, they don't feel that they deserve it. They're just doing what they're called to do, whether it's the veteran that, served 2 tours overseas and then still serves as a police officer, training the next generation of police officers. There's so many stories that we get to tell. People that volunteer their time at an animal rescue to get homeless dogs and cats off the street and find their forever home for good. So the stories are endless. There's tears, hugs, and high fives, Loretta, as we like to say on this show. And we're educating along the way, putting yourself in another person's shoes. And I always say at the end of every episode, it doesn't take a lot to help someone in need. So make every little bit of kindness count. And that's a message that we want to impart on children and families and the next generation of leaders.
Wow, just listening to you. So you're not only restoring homes and creating a safe and happy space for those who need it the most and deserve it, you're also helping the audience get involved in it and see it take place. And so when you're thinking about your work at the end of the day, what is the one thing you hope people are taking away from what you're doing on Home for Good?
Well, the one thing we're hoping that you take away is you're learning. You're learning not only about how we do these renovations in 7 days, but you're learning about somebody else. You're putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. You're seeing somebody not as a uniform or not as, somebody that has a patch on their sleeve. You're seeing them as a human being. You're seeing that they, in spite of all of the things, having a sick child or losing a child tragically, they still get up and want to serve the community. And there's ways that we can all do that. Look, you don't have to have a TV show doing a kitchen or a bedroom or a bathroom makeover for somebody to affect somebody else's life. There's somebody doing good in your neighborhood right now that you can do a small act of kindness to that will go a long way, I promise you.
Absolutely. I actually have an annual event called the Kindle Awards Gala Black Tie event, and I'm not honoring celebrities because they're celebrities or people that are doing, they have these high profile jobs. I'm honoring everyday heroes, veterans, and people who overcome obstacles. And just to say, I see you, you are seen, you are valued, and you are heard. And that energy in that room keeps me going. So we're doing 18 years of that. But I mentioned that the show airs on ABC. Can you tell us where they can watch it and when? I have one more question after that one, but I want to make sure we tell them where you can watch and when.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It airs nationwide on ABC stations, Weekend Adventure. So check your local listings. It'll air either a Saturday or a Sunday late morning. It's a great time of the day. It's one kind of show that you can put on that the entire family can watch together. I don't know too many of shows like that where the kids, the parents, and even the grandparents can all watch, get something out of it, whether you love home makeover shows or you want to learn about somebody else's life or you just support veterans and first responders. It's all there for you on Home for Good. So check your local listings. And we premiered in April. We're going to run all the way through December on season 1.
One last question, although I can keep you here for hours. I love this concept. So in addition to the renovations and the, giving these homes and providing renovation to people that need it the most, first responders, veterans, people who are overcoming things, you also add another feature to this. So you incorporate home safety education. So Art, why is it so important to include practical life-saving information alongside the renovations?
Well, a couple of reasons. What good is a beautiful new kitchen if it's not protected from fire and smoke? What good is a bedroom if you're not protected from carbon monoxide poisoning? So our friends at Kidda are coming in. They are fire safety educators. They're offering tips and things we should all know and maybe things you were not aware of. I mean, the last time I did a fire drill, I was in grade school, right? So you need to know how to get out of your house at 2 a.m. There's all kinds of tips that we're offering and things that you're going to be able to learn, whether you thought you knew about safety in the home or not. There's something for everybody. So it's important to learn to make your safe sanctuary and not just a beautiful space to live.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So, Art Edmonds, thank you so much for the work that you're doing. You're reminding us that television still has that power to uplift, restore, and inspire people in a very real way. Home for Good is more than a renovation series, it is a celebration of humanity, service, sacrifice, and hope. And, Art, thank you for leading the way so that we all can contribute in some kind of way to make somebody's life easier, if not just for a day, but for a lifetime. So, thank you, Art, so much for being my guest today.
Oh, thank you for the work that you do, Loretta. I appreciate it.
You're so awesome. All right, bye for now. So let me tell you, be sure to check your local ABC listings and watch Home for Good, because the more we watch, the more we can make sure that show continues to do the work that it's called to do. And I want to thank you all so much for watching the Loretta McNary Show, where we continue bringing you stories that inform, inspire, and transform lives like Home for Good all around the world. Don't go too far. We have another segment coming up next. More The Loretta McNary Show.